We are live. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Dorcas and Alakir, for joining. For our esteemed audience, we were expecting a guest who will may join us soon, maybe having some technical challenges. But our topic of today is actually a big topic. And before we dive into that topic, if you are new on the U-Turn platform, I want to welcome you and let you know that the U-Turn platform is a platform for advocacy. We do a lot of our advocacy work, especially for women and for youth, and we're promoting change. So the U-Turn is actually U-Turn for good, U-Turn for the better, U-Turn for change. And on that note, we are growing. We've just been joined by a new team member, Dorcas Adinyalia, who is here with us. So we will give her a few minutes to introduce herself. And something very, very special about Adish for new folks here is that Adish is a student at ALU African Leadership University in Rwanda. And in that university, they don't do majors like normal universities, like degrees. They do missions. So their mission is their motto is mission, not majors. And Alice chose women empowerment as a mission, and she's rightly with us who are advocating for women empowerment. So I just want to give this floor to Alice to say why did he choose women empowerment? Welcome.
Wow. Hi, everyone. So my name is Dorcas. As I said before, Dorcas Adit. So I'm really happy to be here in this show and also to be part of it. Okay, Akwala has somehow introduced me. So I'm currently studying at ALU doing software engineering. Yeah. And as she said already in ALU, we focus on mission. Yeah. So ALU has a mission of training 10,000 leaders in Africa in 10 years to come, in 5 years to come. So, and we do that by narrowing it down to have a mission or something that you desire to give back to your community or something that you feel like you can take part or contribute to your community, right? So we have a lot of things. We have healthcare, we have security, we have women empowerment, we have conservation, a lot of things that you can choose to have interest in or contributing. Yeah. And for me, I choose women empowerment. Why? Okay, I feel that yeah, it's something that I love and yeah, I'm following my heart and something that I feel I can take part in. So I choose women empowerment because I feel that there is a gap in our community whereby we need to gap it up, and it is us women that can do that. Yeah, no men can do that. Okay, though there are some men that are going to join us, we shall first accept that it's our work and yeah, do it. So you know, I just feel like we are in the world of where women and men should have the same opportunities and doing the same thing. And yeah, we can see now women can be pilots like the same way man can be. So and we can see there in our community there is a gap with that. So and I feel if we have a platform like this, where women come together and we discuss some vital topic to us, we can really close the gap. And I say that because, like personally, me when I grow up, so in our community, that in some cases, you will see that. Let me say in education, you see that men are favored or men are men in education compared to women, right? Yeah, and we need to be 50-50 or 40-40 in education and also other opportunities. So I feel like so I should choose women empowerment and contribute in these things. Our community should know that men and women in this society that we are in, so can share and have the same equal opportunities. So and I said I love this and I feel like I'm going to participate and contribute toward this. And I've been following U-Turn for some time, and when I realized this is what they're doing, so I just say, wow, I should join this team and participate in it. So that's why I'm here, and that's little I can say about me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. And what a great way actually to transition to this wonderful topic of gender equality. Yeah, 50-50 you mentioned. Before I get to Lucky to share what this gender equality means to her, I want to acknowledge Akol Zulu Nicholas all the way from Kwajuk, South Sudan. Thanks for joining the U-Turn show. Please share this work so that others might also be inspired and like Dorcas and yourself and follow the work that we do and empower more people. So share that. So Alakir, you have heard why Dorcas shows women empowerment. She envisioned a world where women and men are 50-50 in all sectors of empowerment. And she is also, based on her experience from South Sudan, where she grew up, she's seen there is lack. So okay, your gender, but I mentioned even in our community in the young negative thing I do in folks. So like really what is this gender equality and women rights from your own experience?
Absolutely, Akolkur. And welcome, Dorcas. I'm really excited that you join us, and I cannot wait to see like what this opportunity means for you and your mission to empower women, not just South Sudan, but in Africa, as you are, being trained as an African leader. So, shukran, Jawalo join. I'm very grateful to share this space with you. Back to Akwalakur gender. So when people based on my lived experience and being on social media and in person, when word gender, people hear the word gender, absolutely flip out. I have no idea why. I mean, I might have some idea, but the reaction is really not as unwarranted. So when somebody say gender, and you immediately have a negative reaction, I want you to reflect why. Why do you have that reaction to the word gender, especially for our brothers and uncles and fathers and the male gender people? And for gender, and today we're talking about gender equality, and it's the belief that both men and women deserve equal opportunity, resources, and rights to make informed decisions about their lives. Just because inchidit kiemot or inchidit kainenya doesn't make you better or less than. Basically that's it. Like inchidit Kenya, inchidit Kenimot, I should not be treated as less than or better than. So that's literally what it is. And when opportunities come, say one very limited opportunities in a family when they do decision making, and that decision making is affected by the gender of their children, who to give the opportunity. Say there's opportunity for one child to go to school. Uh, the family just happened to have older child Enya, child, man number two child ding. And when they decide who's gonna go to school and who's gonna stay at home, it's very likely that Indian culture that Enya kabadong bai and edu kabalo college. It doesn't matter the order of the birth, just the mere fact that Injadiet Kinenya or Injadiet Kinaduk will give you either privilege or put you at disadvantage in the societal context I just explained. So really gender equality could it be that divide? I think there's different systems of oppressions that I'm not gonna go into, but over the top is colonization, and through different ways they colonization institution is implemented in our communities, either a kanisa or a school, or I don't know, any way general European standard will adopt. Because I know our history, we do have powerful women, and women were given chance to be leaders, to be chiefs, to be in any capacity that a man can be, woman could be, but that has been taken away. Another another system of change, system of oppression is patriarchy. The and that I think is very to push a read in the Bible that which is above we can Lord. And those like systems of oppression, I take quite brainwash that at some point even women themselves accept they are less than. Of course, our biology is different. Our evolutionary assignments are different, but doesn't really mean just because you did Kenya you are bad at mathematics or physics. In fact, I was always enraged when they say you are not good at mathematics. I went ahead become best in mathematics, all the sciences. So just to give the context, and then I will give it back to Apollo to, go over the next question.
No, thank you, Alakir, and thanks for bringing colonization in. And it's kind of interesting because now a lot of history there were and our cultures, women are actual what, like women have been very empowered, right, in their own capacity. They have been leading in their own ways. Of course, after colonization, women chiefs are recently attempting to teach our women chief in a community, but there have never been paramount chief women. I think leaders in high positions will be young girls like Dorcas look up to. Discussion of the 30% instead of 25. We will come to that. But really, colonialism brought this mindset, right? And then now they change. They turn around. Actually, the standard of human rights. And I love what South Sudan last year is that aja jang lai pan America pan human rights ke chen dia la yod way. So when we talk about gender equality na ko ta ga na dia dir in our community dia ke ka jam la e dia ti la yod because of human rights. So they think that human rights is and gender equality e dia job you e dia job disrespectful. It's kind of weird. So really, how I understand gender equality, human nature, like about it is that gender equality has nothing to disrespect. Like it has nothing to do with values and virtues. It has everything to do about equal empowerment and access, and in all spaces of the community and the country. Participating in democracy, women should vote. Women should, like yes, men, women should lead offices. Women should go to school equally. So now talking ke yin mit ya so that but resources be ben ka wat ben ka be power or yin ka wera me ku choti you are just there kin ya ke ben ke be chuol you will like that one actually gender equality. There's no gender equality chima na man mo yen ye lo yen ye ke ke yen ben ko lu invest even te ku kendi te du ka cher in our community man ni but now what can you get things like those things that those are like things that to do with gender, like there is favoritism toward other sex than the other, and that is what we are coming to advocate and say we should not do that in our community. Both near kuwati are Peter Ben Nakin, the late GTA what or GTA near or GTA mix of them can book empower equal so that we are bank countries for be a bank or communities we have bank education system and there is nothing so the atiangen in get and I just started about the challenges, like some of the challenges in achieving this equality within our community is that those stereotypes associated can being a girl can you might right? Those even in language, there's gender imbalance, even how we perceive, how we talk to each other. So I come back to you, Adish. What does gender equality mean to you, and what are the challenges within our community experience in your small time on Earth? Share. And while you answer that, I want to let our audience know that one of esteemed guests who's supposed to join having technical issues, Peter, a jump all the way from Nairobi. He might join. If not, we'll schedule another session. But thanks for being with us and share your thought in the comment. What does gender equality mean to you? Over to you, Adish.
Okay, yeah, na picture on Javi and the man. Okay, man, as you guys have already said, quite that bad in here. Tell you that gender equality is having equal rights or equal opportunities. Like, baka anaka tungtane, chi didi nenya, chi didi nenya because it doesn't matter. Even on the didi na chi chila barabai nenya de. Mira ina mo jede so check ina ran ni ya de inchi didi nenya inchi lele. So, and we know in our community today, though I know improvement, we are seeing some improvement of girl being supported to go to school, but still at some point, you will think na if the man had high education, so catching support of below. Or just these days, because we have seen some educated girls that have improved their life and that we see as better people today. So Chico realize that yeah, education is good, but what I can say is having like book bunang the same opportunities or book nang equal rights. Okay, is having part in education a man never tells the clear man men what out. But even it's young by lo ni meet ku ben yada. So kimana ni ku bai pana elo ala. Ayun mo yi ka nyelo ipuri du ni pyo ta ka dile yitenya. Kuna inya ka yin ga ja di ne ko pyo so because inja you got to do all those things because you like a bit yeah give me more below all those things so I don't get your mindset but a man yeah or a man with your peer you mean to be near cake then be man yera yeah so ran yen I love create a large man create a year later so it's one of the important thing and the call our community brand man they are picking yera a chirman man who can I be who would man and so in the you can go mean now community again gender equality or yeah. So ku challenges jamii gender equality na ni ku na community one of challenges financial or which end you call legal lumia and men which how to cool it. But I don't think it only finance. So I took in Gilwa I need right to put that temple me I need a blood young now we pull so we do that with the cool. Are you think when I check catch a do a Louis the cool catch a church so some parents na inyan yan at least yeah they will push you up. And also some new parent can that allow you to get a parent that understand this current world yeah I got house for it. But it got bullet coming and again, yeah, all of us either meet Kubenya Bukainya, they deserve the right. Did being a pure below school, even Kriben and take it back. Yeah, they should have that if we feel at home. So one of the most important thing. So for me challenges I think then doing it could be finance, but I don't think. Another one is culture because you live at a school in America. So kuna no mara ale bugora bera nyingi tingra na no mal kwa buga problem dia ga buga gua baby yo ga bita ina ringa buto ke ben ngor dia dang problem is jadi lingua ga then your education will just ability to stop ku ku pia di ta pido ale so one of the challenge ga chan buga nang mana chelwele you mi ko ba ga wer be ku mu le all those things one of the challenges kan and another thing is that challenges ko yaga thing at life for me like when I finished Singapore and I should be volunteer as a teacher in a certain school in just that. So I thought him that me I take a jala I tell do after let me say after classes day because I will buy so who get it and I think most of us grew up with that. So either put one mudu kwala ka ban ba ina bulu kwan mudu klen kun so na me ga kula ngari I check but we do that. The problem with that. So cái dia còn vì nhà one of the challenges cái này like be tu lum cái piale lum cái piale ku in consider man in per bala do after class and all those things one of the challenges kind of thing in a way so okay I think that uh e book wa wa ni da da book understand and again we should compete with those boys of theirs Google computing cake. So that is the time during school you have to read and you have to at least pass because some parents I think you didn't get up yet. They will just push you. So you never end up with and yeah, I know it is one our community, but amidst these challenges, Gamrada de Paloga Kripidia and Valuitina. You have to read and pass. And like for me, I think Ah, cuman cuman ano kok ano nyir kok na kini kintu gua baby school kintu gua kana loy push them. So according to me, does not mean that your life goals and we stop time. So you can do other things like as long as we knew what I mean you kind of community day, we need to take part in our life yada. Na ko yo ko rat ko period cuman ili mananga da skill bagal we lan ile bala makana chen tu lu go rio ma na ko chi tu le rio ma le tu le rio chi like it's like your life ended there. So and for me like I kill me ile ba you can do other thing like ile ba other courses in I no me that you see that you think that is going to give you money there, and are going to sustain yourself. So are you jam 50-50? But why could even like we are not doing our facts? Into guagam, yes, into guagam, into lair by blue tempo. So does it mean or pan mera and they are getting to do what a benny bali in Rani and the chan become in human being in fully. So that is it. That's what I can say.
Wow, wow. I don't know how to dissect that, but I like here. There are so many good comments here about people say, gender equality does not even make more sense. It should be gender equity, and also both genders are different. They should not be equal. So that's what is happening in the comment. Thank you so much, Abraham. Very good. Thank you, Tasgo and Nicholas. Yeah, what are the main challenges in our community on that? So let just begin with definition about gender equality and respond a little bit to those comments before you can talk about if it is one of the challenges in achieving gender equality.
Um, so challenges as in hmm. Yeah, I know the challenges of achieving resources. Other challenges is the whole culture of being brought up in a different way. Number one, about in parenting. If you're parenting children, a core achievable limit, like the mental limitation you can set on ourselves as women, they come from what we've been taught at a very young age. Go away, meet. So the biggest challenge for me is just the idea that in Munya and you're supposed to behave in a certain way, a very limiting. Even when I think Anchia liberated and she lost a college, I catch myself sometimes centering ideas going that are not serving me. Uh, Something as simple as like, oh, yung yin you kini chok mar, yininya, achiran labinyan, shirkanatiak. Oh, yung in kway tateya in inya ichira bamo indula taria in bopol kachira kaka. So what it does to me is whenever I make a decision, I subconsciously try to say, oh, is this acceptable to men? Now sometimes it's easy to catch, sometimes it's really not easy to catch. It could be like, oh, I want to go to grad school, but oh, I'm getting older. And what if I want to get married and have children? Will that affect my prospect of being the act? Kachira kakai ben ya. So I would say the mindset you instill in children. For some people, it's too late. Like that will take a lot of therapy and a lot of money. But for people Kwaja Mitken Lietman, you have the opportunity to actually raise, with both men, both boys and girls, in a way that Chila Galway instill the values that are limiting for her self growth, and Duk also need to be but to value women as humans first, because yes, that's the other whole issue where Naira think you're less than, you don't really interact with them as a human first. You interact with them in terms of what can you get out of them. Wherein I think it comes from all those ingrained teaching. Oh, women cannot be better than you, you are better than them. But then our Lord school it, when you cock a chin one mathematics or chin one science, you start to doubt your masculinity. Am I man enough? Hmm? And that
Uh-huh.
is so damaging. Am I man enough? Oh, if I'm not making this much money, am I should I be thinking about having a family if I'm not at this point in my life? So patriarchy is not really serving men. Centering the masculinity and putting masculinity as the ideal uh, to hold ourselves to, even to men, is also holding them back. So, but your whole worth, Baloi, based on impressing other men. For men, that is not going to help you. You're going to end up with the mental health issues. You're going to end up feeling shitty about yourself because you're trying to impress some imaginary ideal man that knows what it is to be like a man. So when we talk about gender equality or equity, are two different things. I'll come to that. Is kachi patriarchy, achi we serve, and we start to level the playing field and see ourselves as both human. It's also liberating yourself from by patriarchy and tau when you tau your ideal standard of being a human being. A lot of people, I don't know the specific study, but you end up as a man in your 50s, and the world you experience and the world you've been taught as a child are not matching. So your mind cannot handle that. It's either you go crazy and become really violent to other people, or you all internalize it and become really violent to yourself, which is what you got going. Achika konye mutuale nya ke piu ka facha ka limit. So to come back to gender equity, so gender equity has happened after we first recognize that men and women are both human beings, and they should be given opportunity, equal opportunities to to make decisions about their life, to think freely, not not in confined. Oh, you should do this. You should do this. Now, so when we know gender equality should be there. Gender equity is bentin in that koi koganing privilege, which is men. So men have the privilege just because you start at a point of privilege first. Just because you start at a point of disadvantage. Now I'll say, for example, it has nothing to do with pure or mentality. When you all are school age, at age 15, you start having your period. The system, the institution of school actually built in a mind that only men go there. Now, women, at a period, you are expected to keep up with the world to build for a man, right? Nanning period for 7 days in a month, you're expected to still attend school. There is a whole taboo around talking about menstruation. I don't know how far the awareness has gone, but growing up personally, I don't feel comfortable. But like, now my class teacher could, well, you know what? I really felt in so much pain. In Kekero, can and Keben school just because of period, and maybe that can change the outcome. Now, nacha riba nin kero ka kilo sukulej, kulala sukulej kol diak. Abi teacher ben chan ka classes get miss an assignment, there'll be punishment for me. Your class teacher, you are not taking education very seriously. And that happened not because I'm not taking education very serious, just because anything and there are challenges that I deal with as Nya compared to the will not miss school without, because it's an end period. No. So when we talk of equity, equity is trying to say just by the mere presence of women, the system you locally operate in as a world are not serving women. How can we help? How can we put in resources in place? Because we push just a little bit. And in my case, we had working in remedial studies in school through key programs. So key program agenda equity in their goal. So they're trying to help girls, have opportunities, more access. Go the challenges they come across, but just because they're women, one, right? So then key program is pads they through Wonyatain are not enough, so they will give women more pads. That is a gender equity action. Um, Nutrition is really important, especially for people who bleed every month. So they will give us things like sukar, they'll give us things like bala, they'll give us depending on what their capacity they have, right? And then there is remedial classes on Saturday. So Naja classes which miss, or you didn't really sit there and understand, you just came to school because in Kuchi Kurba attendance to Barrio, then you're not really getting the whole lecture, the whole class. You go in the remedial class on Saturday and you're able to catch up, by reading, by asking the teachers, Chibenete and Chikalwe boy. So there's like it's a very resource a lot of resource be gender equity below follow, but gender equity had been from a place of saying roar and in privilege just because I chicken the other role, right? So what can we do for girls to bring them to the same level? Like what resources can we use to bring them to the same level as men? So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, Usas Go, but I think it's really good to see you today. Thank you for engaging in the comments. Back to you, Paul.
Wow, thank you. Even you end up actually educating me more on I can break down what equality mean and equity and those things are all about women empowerment and also men empowerment too because it's both ways. And thank you, Master here, watching and joined by our U10 fan and a strong member from Australia. I know it's very late now, so that's why camera day is off. So I'll come to you, Master, here in a second. Thanks for joining us. We will discuss today gender equality or women's rights, and we have talked about what it means in the context of our community and what challenges actually preventing this notion of gender equality. Take a look at dissect. So you are welcome to add your perspective to this. Akol was asking we should have men on the panel. Yes, our guest speaker was supposed to be a man. He is having technical issues. That's why Kinelu joined, but he will definitely come later on to share his perspective on the topic. He is a strong advocate for women's rights, for gender equality, and has been on the front line of gender-based violence prevention. So we invite men to come and have this discourse with us. And so many people in the comment section are guys that are giving us perspective. So please drop your point there, your advice, and everyone will be learned either on the show or also under the comment we are learning. So Matthew, welcome. And yeah, what are your thoughts on gender equality and challenges in our community?
First of all, could all one year ka? Ayaka pink kadwalka.
You think
You're good.
All right. Yen wen year ka. A topic ne piadwin buran tung los boy kor. Kuburan tung jane kor bukor. Kubukuran and radio ten. A bangaror. Tad yen. All of us when it our challenges to manage in year take a breakdown. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. A question up young we quite a comment section. Um, Nyirti ka jucha ka luel, which is they almost exhaust every point. But ejel piat. Okay, how are you, Adit? You supposed to be here, nyandu iko kaman. All right, what be lu catch up? Yen might take about this topic. Topic ni yina kwale tang tek. Taka apa na kawaja tene maneka ka ngodiar ka tarka. Lekin kada ajal wo ki jele diar ka pan kawaja torban tiyo kene equity ka tarka. But equality achi exhaust. But kada equality achi lui ken e usat gong luele ten did la kiri e ber. I think en kabut abu dil gole kidi to ku bukuti ni jala lwate e chok. Yen wemi da kai kwa. Back to the topic. Yen topic is very important. Ku kanna wong yena red. Ku wa koi to screen yen kaka kan koi kok to pinkin jam. Wa ka be a first. Wa ka be a first victim of this. Wa ka victim ke including our children. If we don't do it well, ka wa ka victim ke kana mit kwa. Because kian and the wa ka victim gender equality or equity kana mit kwa. Because yen whatever we are facing, ayuku hand down to our children. Mit kwa kato in between. Number one, taking a chala kirchulwil, yani. Wa bu kontor ka wa ediar because aneng diar chen kayen install. Really bad that I jam chaman jam wa ke kanang diar bro jor ku ter ke kanwa. Really on you wegla by alwelia. So install tang diar ju cha ka pa na ka wa ja tane. Yen pa na suppose ben en galtun because na yila to loy chaman yala to loy la monje to loy. Kwa chira and just two of us. Kana mit kwa. That's where it is start gender equality. Because you are going to do 12 hours shift or 8 hours shift, the same likewise to your husband. is going to do the same shift. So if you are at work, your husband cannot wait for you to come and warm the food or shower the kids or do other necessity for the kids because you will be at work 12 hours, 8 hours away from home. You see? So come on, do. Abilogla kitchen it. Whatever it is in the kitchen or whatever is not there, you have to look for it. Can be meet because of gender equality can. Because na ye walk away mon jangal well mo and anti kitchen it and one maton. Yungula kor. And that one chim you tie take a gear ter and happy abiti lad be man den beben. So you see, come you tie I gum jeleten. Randing zatu most of right now, because I'm a warfare cock one ka western a yan a local work support we a goal walk out of Anakawaja. Kubijala on quite a buy. Randing a little well into la Louis because I took that duties become low.
Yeah, our duties can be
So I told them they get day and high duties get here. Taneke install nading everything is about women in the kitchen. Or about the kid is about woman. Eke town de chatur DNA. I think it's into DNA. Because ever had to erase on mine, so we deal into DNA, lori image. So keke koi kake. Kalibira will take a chulaturului. So you will be a housewife. Being a housewife, kini dinka woman, is not beneficial. A lot of disadvantage, but hereby, kini a housewife, pan kawaja inti, ting then jing. Because has wanting a lot of demand back home. Too many responsibilities at one person's hands. So we maton alwel chan alwel yo monjing. Na de tik that to che suppose be kana loy tik che suppose be kana loy watching equality yen ke marir kalwel yen bla lui. Ku yin ran yob lela yin ran yob yim dung ba kan yob log loy. Then you will start lacking necessities in the house. Yin wen mundu wero ko mitkwan. Before can a third party lose support over seeking invented. You will lack a lot. Kakor mitke, kakor ke intake, you will lack a lot of those. Kaya bentin by then, you will be depressed. Because te kuting men de kongong. They are too painful than yen bongong. When I bar ku jangong de rabe Martin tinkana chano ya depressed. That's why currently there's a number of women that are under depression medication. Panakawaja. Kuyangu be a lack of gender equality. Our men don't value that we are on the same boat. So our well-being would kill we pull down, but the environment is telling us the different. Environment to walked in because kawaja elo when you are Rome, do as Roman do. Ache I understand I lum chirke ba kwela pi, but ache koi pi. Because of living condition and environment and situations that are on that side. For example, right now, peer work pana kawaja is based on finance, is money. Everything is money. When you don't have money, you don't get anything. But peer ko buy this mindset, Louis and install. Completely different and very far from environmental work. Because kake Louis this install. Ako ake yan pinka root me hadur kula ko purkenetik. Na leba den kala jahal kulela uti. Kudong tig lo purkenemi. There were no school fees. Echin gazi ya kanpen. Echin bill ya kanpen. Echin medication ya kanpen. Echin other stuff ukuru ke kanpen. So we just rub kapur. Na chike tau kanom kaya ke jalti ti kule ko wor kutel ke. Kula moy letai. Echin a lot of needs. Compared to right now, life to working. Life to working a man may I do a ben kutuk in the bank. The kin in a diet check you get to. Everything a meat.
Oh, is that the reason why you are not and when you are and the other your way? So I worry that they are depression when they are your because of gender equality and the very Japan can I can hear like I do. Rani Chala call from Kwayo and one man
Eh,
keeping is against young culture.
yeah, kaka ben ka ben amo kon tu ku ba jala comment cha ko ben go. So, ikene kwacha ya difference in the houses being a housewife because your husband is not providing enough. Kuka ni bala lui into loan into depression because yimbo kon gol ku lela cha tu che mandi en an yar ku luoy. Kunon kaka community bonial one thing I pal freedom pa andi lui like and my husband a lui too. Getting deng chin ya cha cha lu ba ni na dating ti ni ya. Lu ba ben nyal kana agenda stay in the community. Kula address the to war ba yo telephone ku leli nin manange. Kana loy ku kut ku ke ka wo ke la. Kwache lui. You see that situation channel at out. Those things are happening right now in our community. Another thing, abi koi can back home koi lui rely on her. They will call her and say, "Oh, we need this and we need that." And if she can't provide it, ikabulum ke ranch robutuet pan kawaja. We are put into that situation because the husband did not embrace gender equality. It took an arrow or whatever it is, a quiet number come channel. Ah,
We need more.
another thing, gender equality on education side. Wait a kaju jacha ke janya. Side education, gender equality. Jamane, mostly 1 year man ne chiwe kalwel wa ko pull down. Na neng and sharp chance to ben. You know do. But now look I ben into the real tamba den ka work resilient people. Ka wa dia. Why resilient people? Why stronger than ke wet can you prioritize? Because yen nyandu kuchachoya week. Kula wendu le ngadi le jor le ting de le jor mi wendu win le chal ngay nyay loyo. Kule ting de le jor. Chana ilwe kana kai diar ko jor.
Another
Kai
topic.
kuyinti nyandu acha kwe loyo win acha choya weak person. Kunyandu e gola pia lela yu mo win che gender equality achi embrace. Kwera andeng che care. I take care of relatives, extended relatives. Kimbulu sapala. Koka to agum right now. They are reaping what they sow. Tana chanya kwe mu. Acha ngong acha nyong galam. Acha nyong kakarier. Kwa acha tish acha pioy na deng yen. Kiyu moy luele ke yi. You see? Kajal ben ku nyuj pande. Kuje luele ke yu moy nde luele na ke yi. Just sit down in the house as a housewife. Kujel ngong hunde na. Kujel ngong ti. Yin mana nya wala unu nya. So yenga churano te na man. Yun churano iran when low yen. But na chanya do cha empowered. A lot of sukulit. Kwanye cha rights. Ache right one ye keka abuse kaka because most of us we don't abuse our rights. Ya dunduka you open whether somebody like it or not. Kunye do you don't offense anybody. Ya dunduka ka pen. So because number one for your mental health important. But you do back when be and you choose what is right for you. Because now lawyer get insane, they in Benidorm. So it's personal choice to keep your mental health sanity. But okay, number one. Ikanachi nyan win chim wun to pure kind of man till well yin. Sit down, cookie mundu yelwell, yenake. Of course, I right up in Kormundu if he's providing something positive. Yamojaka Jabana. Aywa.
So question or job man one question could that there. So back the
Yeah. So moñ du ku ye moñ chat kan yin ka we choro ping yen ke moñ piet because anyi ko lo e kada ku ko lo e kada bana e moñ jal ben no win shopping den to this pan jing ti kwe kwa ku mening family ajal ben ku jeli nyoy ping ku jela ba nom chu chu watching to dang be in beaten. Ikene kaya na lel nyakul we mi da kai kwa we need to start on ourselves ko wa idiar. Buru kan pure brand bro con value ke yen to kuru because idiar ka ke menato. Na lara an yo ke be kun kala yi lum sa tin ke ra no kriya etongin. Na bar kulwela baben bu kun yen za to lung mat kana mo den wino or she will create a group against you. Kulwel ke ka churur gwai. Ku be ka lwel man ke ka chen karur gwai pan west to ke ka successful. Because ti kumoj alu yutok. Te lui we ko tok kamit ko na tok badane rur churo loit ne. Ti ke nyojur. Chane nyande ni jeng you have to be nyane jeng. Nyane jeng e ya housewife. Inte nyoj taruri ni housewife. Yun ngongur wana mitku. Ku ka empty fried achi yo be empty fried and ye golit ne. I think I have a ping live videos somewhere. Yene la yo mucha lui ko kon bai. Yinin nget ya yo mucha lui ko kon bai. They take pride in schooling their step relative or relatives can back home. You have to provide everything they need. And inside in your house, meet kwachir tsunami survivors. You see? Ting du ku meet ku. Pana kawaja chakek taur. Nyane jeng chatiak. Submissive wife. Chatiak rerur. Can yintin boys anymore. They are like tsunami survivors. Can meet ku. Queen and pride that you are schooling your brother or your sister's children overseas. Bayara alwelan to kuno luipa and all this. I disadvantage of gender equality kutika chirur. There's a lot of it. So kidi alwela ya alwela walk away dear. Can worship gender equality. Walk to. But chan worship a korkubu that mindset bulumba kona alwela me first. And the rest later. Bakon yina den yen. In number one in kor be empowered but non ko kuyitu kurir. Bachiti basol tong much ko bachiti always tong much. Because kakewan ke you work a lot school because any area lunch in time ban and jala kujala chin ter kulwelo unangadi. Ankor when the basol. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I have to provide for myself. Akor bukon yina den yin. You need to provide for yourself. Balu provide for yourself so that you can have something to bring to the table. Because you have to bring something to the table the same way your husband is bringing something to the table. You need to be empowered. A solution of empowerment. The majority of us are killers, of course, and we understand we're killer. But a korbanom pa, chanom do. I did kapir, education you jala top up. But in a candidate in Pinomini, Barokanyi. We need to educate ourselves as women. Kubuker kan yung kapel ko pin because nalo ku yukula ter kan ro. Nang diar wa lay down, ne diar wa lay down ka ke kaya lwela kor buke kan educate. Na deng yin nyan maton. And you have to have 50% babe into your table. If your husband doesn't have to provide, you look for the way of providing for yourself and your children. We need to stand up for ourselves. Especially wadia to panaka we need to do this one. Chaka man chen work yen bat stem yelwela ka rula why or ke kala ria ka human right law abuse panaka waja kana. Eka kor bu goli to because of pane kayen hine ting 24/7 is our daily basic. Human right. Because I golu na dundu.
Sorry, but you can never be in another 1 minute. I've been your closing remark. We are almost nearing an hour. And watching our one mother who has joined, Query George, thank you for joining all the way from Rwanda. Also, a young student from ALU. So, Abu yen time, you just died and they are excited. Big perspective, so, Abu, you get on your Gorogam when I met them represent. So, you give an opportunity. We are talking about what is gender equality. What does it mean to you? What does it mean in our community? and how can we foster it in case of young working. So I'll give you 5 minutes, but what we educate from men perspective. Bujala bilang ya.
Ayan, aya yo wepping an with you. Yeah, you know, I anchi invite cha do yo when but ana ngot query ka lo bai. So ana lo ban kanisa. So actually topping kene topping pia the red kuke topping I went okay vital kuka korot achan buku date japet. You know, kichol gender equality gender equality well de a tlobia a English gender equality refer to the state in which individual or all gender have equal rights. So yeah, equal right in what sense? Tung tueng libya equal right in education. Chatting. So another equal right in any affairs well decision making. So kujala other angles of life. Lekin kakai ke baka capitalize kero. Tilo biag da ke chol education kujala tilo biag da ke chol loy kujala decision making. So achiro lawyer rate ninin ga ke chol gender equality achia topping cheno penrir. Ay rana ye loku de ping to den chene na ping ko boko je ko pi bai chokoting. So well gender equality wati kan chol gender equality. You know anang ko berot kon date in cha leja red point ya chakal well when in nyan kai ko yene yara ko wen pia jama.
Yeah.
So yeah in challenge and che support ba jam because in views kwa cha ke bay kwa ke ka views ka wento kan again you know ka koro da well before ke chol gender equality ke koro e ke chol understanding a family dun wa waro gender equality a che kere family a che kere kadang a che kere kwat ku ka che kere kwa ko likine ya ka dun yin mo ku jala yin ti gender equality e decision dun ba bay bay chukuting so kuje bela law public so airo loy ni nong diar ko rana chin ke den bi table nam chiman win che ina lwel so ku ka chin ke den di den a win je loy ben ye ja par ku ben ye ja ko nya liu e zero malaysian chia anchia wera cha ku nyaret
It's good. Not well, you are doing very well. I love right joking.
wera cha ku
In
nyaret
a very good lot to wapi.
ay na you know achi pia da kana na rere pandu wala rere ka kor benen ka wen ye bay ku jeni ye kedan je jak ben taw table num yin ku jala mondu ka mondu decisions ko ke yitar ile be jala ben ele by default chatting so en manana ta ana ta to garete ne su kul ngata tara chingran kedan a chingran a wen je yen man likin ka yugo man ka wa yerur because an lu represent chana wel wen mon gar mon
Yes.
chro so an chro yo
E ponya yana kati ate ponya ki yaka man yana wet to chiman ter yana na mi ala tik ben ka boku nyoy tar pin wel yana housewife. Lel
I
ke.
go I'm to the point. You know, come on. E bichin ke bi iti e table nom ku jelwele be duties. Adaka chin adaka family da chi lotwen chatting. So ting dia nanen ke den bi table nom chatting. Ku ga nanen ke dien be table nom. Ang ya ting dia lu ya chi le baya ka dangaret. For example nanen ke dien level loy e ka loy. Normal lekin biti bija ben ku kachin ke den je bay te bonum ko je mo yin gender equality ekene ma kache naturally what they were human beings to human being a rational human being wo kan ayu
O yin ti yara da yin ti ya supporter da.
ambo chan supporter do not some point but ache yen ben uh, ana supporter do ni ne sen nanen ke bi iti ke te bonum okay lekin na biti jarwil from zero ku ke ma ba chan chura pinda ba nyo jama pet ka chira lo
Yes.
yi ne ale chaka family dun tin e yin ka lu yito imbe lu kata patodu imbe lu kata kwa ka pandun apiet na ye ba ben lu ba ben kwan ku jala ko kwan ka apiet da ka pandun jala twenga di so sometime na ko road minutes ka la ka tok an don 2 minutes so na law ku ka wa ko wa ya ku yin ko ba pir wa ne ting du ka piet benen ka wen ye ba te bonum so man we che ke par nyira ka che mana gar ku jala nyan go go ga gar na cha kur ke ya chol ran be an ben kwan ma ka le en yong ya gar sukul so akene achuk tawaya na ko ara chan ba gender equality bang ye chwa do mon dunom ka ko har benang basic need ye ka kedang chaman wena chagwal wen yi basol ye ka dom nim yi pampas ye ka dom nim ku jala ko ka wena la ben yi kwad level ku jala level ko country ku jala ngu a benom ja ka moje kene ka yen panduna chaka ja chen kariya bay e ka ye chole ba wer bala ping ku yin chi details a chingi about that thing ka na ri ha pandun lekin yin ki yatik pandu wala ki yamoj so na wel ting du gender equality ka kor ba konting na neng sense okay ki le ba kadang ana chokon kadang uh, Malaysia an jot damana so ana chokon an chokon kadang
Jam topic adit jam.
an chokon lui ka ya contractor so cause an chinang certificate in construction yen an contract chi yenen ku contract kene e contract hot yen ti kana mo ja lui ai mashallah ka ken bena yi ke ngadi apiat yen mo a chu wog yen wo ku je le yen ting dia bili benele biag da nga ben kelia mo ja chu da chi jor up to beam level e be dunga ye roofing ku jala labor cost jating a chi mo ja chi loy ken ku je le yen a chi rot ping panden yen ke janda equality kor ku wo yi kwere so go ja le yen bang yena bang da nga biti ka ben yen we na wena bati goro lo chi nyot yen bi yen bay ri ku buku yin woga labor cost ku jala bia ka material una chi ban ko yen ke real meaning of gender equality lekin na je tik je la le yen du moj bla ben ku yen ku mo je ka lu yeto ku le gender equality chaka ran a wen neng ke dana wen yeta ka kana chi kon ben chaka yin da do da kin jan mondu wel yin yang udan ka un jwaj in future man dia we chol jwaj ya ele wel yang udan ka un jwaj yin in chi lo ya chi no so palen kana ka ka ben ni ma gen ka jan yin ting du aye kwa na neng ke chatting kada a chen mo nya wen jare ku je kem to ba ka chin ka da na wen je kwan ka da ka mon duan ma ke hateless so kana ta waya an an ci jama ret ku session angot ka dit na nan kai ci ba benele ku nan question taw kam bo ngot ka ba shukran
Thank you. Thank you. Suppose we are 1 hour session to choose to come, but it's getting interesting. And
Aneng.
another guy, baby, before being question, we just see your in get your Oriana. I can don't worry it up when one get a wire. So your brother on the screen, call you the brother mute to Baral that young YouTube gender equality. And do you agree with the conversation? We are, you will go after this.
Okay.
You can on mute.
Play mute, guys.
Okay. Yeah, while Mr. Akol is fixing his microphone.
yeah maybe a little network
Okay. Hey, Quirban, yin ti yaran unda. So yen and the child bagurum be jam diara she lui a child back of support. Because a guru jam diara she lui ke because ke guru jam diara she lui ke and kia wella ting dia kule loy cause I pira assumption gurum kana level I pira assumption because I waiting dia kule lui kabla kor ke ka reason yen ke diar pin na lo lui man him kor yena men ku lo lui ya dan an belum kan ke tuit yene be tuit chana lui lon to korir ulon to ga che enough so eka ke wir ke ka ke kor ke yan chi be ye chanan gi do lon cha re te tuit char wer chal wela tuit to what che wela ngwan but bada e guru mi jam ya what will you tell them because I hear a little bit in the painting capable of doing something to help. Because yani adeng na jel moji yala lui kero lui ke diak to provide for everyone. Kuyining the same energy that you can make more money than that. See advantage, it save you energy, it save you time because loy kaka koi dong. So kapeta by energy bate. Biting do bila lui non good percent B. The man and you walk away. Kubala lui non good percent B. Which are save ting rabo about work. Chima no mo do ibla lui two job. Kayin to job to kacha domno. Because na lui ka mo do ablu one shape you lui one shape. Chati a day. Na chagwala nong overtime. Chala lui 12 hours shift. Kaya denge yen sefa energy will be la lui 16 hours. You see that? Kene e beneficial tong we weru. But then rori a chopi ipe. Wet kwan war dit ke wet ka twele. Ay lela no. Achiro loy. Kwe yan ka kwanya. Ikene when e karwa ti ko ya genesen. Banana ko balwela about it in query la baja because into mer work ko mani rare jam ko diar they have to provide for the family. Because anan ko yaro bi loy for example ko bajal ben. Jur chala rep kene. Eti ka yet trust wuke. Iki yiwe ka rep tingo men ke ti ke diar ke ngwan diar ke de kene. Ki e kon secure awele future ka ye security ben kene bibriru kene. Yengu bi cham ko yengu bi mit ka loy. Ku jel beti ku mo rana rape wi ta ye yenti because wo kwa wadia a chin ting wo la loy bi a chin ting la pol wo gumar kwa chin ting la kur side chic buke la let shopping en ade ka yi loy e ba pandu ba jwer wo ke diara e Dubai yen ka yi yen arab yen ting de yen trust because I yel wo ku cha yen en ka bla tong mi che pa bu into the family aba chama mula ka la lai kwa ben pandi a ben ye jwira na bo my friends ka bu yu ka pandi looking good kumi chai well aka nyai loy kene ka ena rebe ne ti gen muk so ya bai so kene were le yang wer mu le bale we da met ko we they are kibu they are capable of doing something because as we speak and they are non
Yeah.
masters they are non degree ready to take as wife because the husband doesn't want her to go and work
Yeah.
education de ya kusara
Ayen shukran. You know, kana jama wen beneng idea chirke wen ni kadeng de ka wen be support ya ka be ya ngot ka bi. You know, yen kele balwel tik achin de chene yakor kana obvious. Even if na gwarinum wood il benang ram boy anywhere, will live ben so achin cái chol gil to lob ya ga cái chol tik na ye ter lo yen ko ra kana ajak kon ta ya nanang ajak kon ta ya nanang ko yen ta ya so kana achi to ka lui yen anang loy win yen anang wer ye ko doi le la kil bi tik beloy ya el bi mo loy ke ti real but at some point achel ataw ka wen taw ka vital angit ku diar hay ke ya engine de bay diar hay ke bread bay so anang loy ko ka wen chi pieta deal acha lwel we che capable but anang loy wen chi wrong kana we ataw kana ambe ben point it you know angit ku diar hay ke nyin ti de mit chugo ting anang loy ko lo up to you ta da wan ka ke ti achi piet acha non lwel acil li ben yin li bi la ko ta na ta da wan acha le la ya but mit kwa li dong wei chuku ting even nong achan met enang ngadi e chol ngu man ye ne ka ye understand better kane ka to ke real fact kana so apieten loy ye ke ting job description ko pa ya ting lone bi yin para chana go mit ko menta ko kor ku mana wo yi kwer nyana wen be we mit kun be we ke grace apet ba ke grace apet wo chi lui mane kadang da wan lui mane future yi third generation wala fourth generation ai ke lui wo ka ke ache yi generation ti ke lui wo ka ke liki ran bum tik yana kanang that nation yenen med yenen train ala bum med bi agre kana tawaya so piete na yak la kor loy ka we diar we chu ka pen lekin ko biran ting lon wen realistic lon wen be ya par achana go mit ka go ke ya train anan ko diar ko mit me de ja ler yi anan ke chol mami ngudi na ten mami kes wala chol sukul yana ka me de ja la to kana gutan dan pe ya loy ngu ala te ka bu ku ja kana ngi mu ya taw mem tu no me de ya diet kana empty brain me the man na diet en ku taw ku ka ngi wer chol mama na lot chata wood ko chin werdang berataw yenom ku lo ben after 100 years ku ko nyale ku blob pir ka wer ngi ye mama do ne 100 years so mendu akor ba nyin ti yen achan na ta na yin to wan yen ba ya le yin mena du kana du loy mi dai ryo je marken ka ye del wel yel me da che ryo je mane pit kana so met achan bi train ala ba ya perfect ke dang ke mamadu yen ke yin yen ke yin train ku danga ya dang na chu ku lui ka wa ya diar so apia da red chan chi be ambassadorial woman eting to ka ya ambassador pandu so nanan ke yindi cuman ambassadorial woman cuman ya nan kwer ting din ay ambassadorial woman in future but god forbid kayen ka wen lo rut pande ache ke ting chatting kana erot acha witness be ga ki so one ma the man na be ka chin ke an do anan wo atoja nom ambassadorial woman kana lekin cho wan me ti cha ke ya chu alo belwel bi di ler modern ka so akana achi piet yera an ben ye treat equally ye man kui wala ye wen pandu wala ye nga ti che yin lui an jam wana diar wen lui so na luoy achi piet ba ya ambassadorial woman acha lwele du ko pandu du ko kon ya a kwani ke bat na nan ke ye tin kan wen pandu ka du kre pandu du ne prioritize a war kre pandu we the same ben so set priorities ku baga ting baga problem kana baga solve adi ro rachi kura ambassadorial woman so tinga weni jalweli yen kana yile panda kana yile yen kana yile ku kamar no mo ka pan chimana ka pandu na I mean ache ke ting ai ka panden ke ye ka ting e kana chin unity aya dan wen ka yen rur ga ke pyot nang bika we ya press down ku chi ka we ler terloy and
No,
am
you
jam
need power about moving. I like that.
It's okay.
It's very important. Yeah, you were saying
Yar
something
jam
that
an
as a
tagen.
girl woman, I could describe in full detail. And there is
Hello,
that,
Radikine.
we need to know.
Yeah, okay. Kinti kudwa kwal ko ba ben.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you so much. You have raised very important point. Perspective that the reason why the Ben waiting the press down, maybe I think empowering a thing as a bill, a blood do nange. So it's gonna go out. So that is the perspective. And
absolutely
so what the point? Why do you empower someone to go and be ambassador somewhere? Why can empowerment achieve Dubai? That is how we understand that question. So what do you tell men? And how do you think they can handle that?
akan de question biak chien ka dan yak benda
No, I really, and now you being what they are that being ambassador, maybe might be a reason they are tiny big. So what if you just a fear you're misguided? Because for example, if you put her down, will she still not take a resource if you can go Gambi? Because I
Tama
want to
panden.
empower so that would be up and call a dom ni said, but I know it. Why I became gonna find then you now you will be the one providing for Pandin and Pandun. So why can't you give a farm and what I don't know will be released? But yeah, I didn't know.
yeah en shukran you know ngiku two ways are lui ango de ka ngadi ango de ka lui ya par belui ngot ka ya ambassador ya cheaper ngot ka la ya ambassador ya ting but the point here is achi support baran baya diwi ya ting achi support bak go conclude well ting dien kan lo ya tianga nyene tena na pe dia la ambassador so chan we president so okay na achi piet so ako baran ben ako ba par wala ako ba ting du ba par belui though nang at nang lon wen yene ne ambassador te lo biya ka kare kadang kele ba ting luai ben kele ba lui pandi achi le ba lui pandu kana to ile benang
Yeah.
method ba bay le lui pandi bana na problem ti bana ne settle where yin madam akor ba kana ko ba loyel wa kor ba kana ngale kana chi pye da le ku kana chi pye da le human beings ay ka shebe wat ku wela ben ay ke yana ka penchen ting du na ye ting ka dia ambassador wala aye presume ye na ambassador yan ka che yin be yin na par ka kon ye no opportunity wala ye na chance ku be ngot kala kadang be ngot kala to kana kadang kana London kana ku in future ile bangot ka ye jam aguten be ben point awen chilbe en yangu chilbe na ye na ambassadorial woman so shukran.
Okay, cái dia kin. Akra ko le to cái dia kin. Yen ting ambassador woman. Ting wu ke la gam pandin. Kuyen ke ka kor. Achi ke kolom in your pocket. Ache ben ku le wu nga de ku mama be ku kware malageli. Ku nga tuk chuk ache ben ya. E ka de kor ku gem. Ku still I think adil kaka pande ting kaka pandu yin ku mit ku inside the house. To chen pandu no go kwen. Hey, you yourself with your children in the house plus pande na ye kadil ting. Because I can think little pande la niya. Ku wen mo inde ku mit ke. Ike chika ting. Kura anu ku chugal be yin ting ur wana mit ku. Ku pande na kaya ting aneng big help. Dan bekriye cho ben bin nuwa cho mana nya yana kwa luel kana. Dang raw ya dang. Alwel niya kene kayan we press down. We diar. Chupi yen. Wa diar chupi nyik kaloy ku. We know the man liu kadangani yin. Yin ya monya bai. We know the man chika kuchi ke right financially. We know that. But nyan pani jeng lo be kuch meaning of that. Ku zaman yan with yen en liu. Kwa kui na da that we know other challenges libin in kabe lui struggle. Which is better. Because neng rani chi race ni yakano. When ke category to worked in. Chana lweli wa press down because we do what we want. What about ran when jel gola be ka lwaka kuch kaloy babiari chi radio. Radun babiari to radio kwa quiz at what time you will struggle. Are we on the same boat or are we different? How will you differentiate those type of people in your life? Kid you much when kor bika kuya balance.
Ayen apet in chale cha neswal chatich ya ka wen chalwel te banan point ye ba lu clarify apet chalwel wen ambassadorial woman etinga wen che cha dier mpit ka wala jala kwai rer pandu kide example cha bay chalwel wan ma ta in atoke wen pande right wan ma
Yes,
na
I
che
can
bay
achuping.
ya ambo
Achuping
wan
a
ma na che
yilwel
bay
tingun ke dear pande. Eka ke
yes
kaka pande na kaya kaping apyat.
mm. Yeah, so yen ka wen ya wel yen tinga a cha wel one of the reasons yen ka kwat pain a chan ba la lui kana ta wa ya bala ben ti lobya ka tinga wen ken kada tinga wen ken pye most of their ken pye ke a che yin do ri no kana cha witness and a lot of data on that diar ken pio a yirio even if paper na che luny piny even if na useless paper aka dom ku te wangi paper ken important so I diar ken yandi I diar ken pio ka angi ye no weren ken anen ktie ke to lo biak de most of diar ken pio a che rur ke ra che ke rir direct ayi kala rir in direct ku rur na ye kala ban in direct inche ya fadi aye ka kenang ambe rura be ka nom.
No, it's good information. We need that perspective here, so that not who that and you will don't want to think it and again we confirm that you supporting women. So I think we agree on some of
Kutu
that.
abu bera lama tuati chawak tu kanu kwet.
Eh, Rafet. So, yen diar ka kumo chimana tinkin pi ay kadang ay bay kay suggestion. Ha? Yan well yen kana aya ting abelo ele e pir entire life kay suggestion. Achi lon wen yen en jaben ku jemo jerinom ali ko kana nong diar ken pi. So nanen ko bi rinom ile chimana na kar we chimana te nong nyan kai ku rieno for example ache non ya kwa renim so ka chi mon da chi la rinom direct so ka be la ka le lo jam won ye na bila riyo ka ya nan la te ke ti lo ku la jam won mon nyan kai ke ten e ke le na blum ke to ke easy abe kem normalize ka na taw nong kwai ji so yen ke different den tinga won che ke dang tinga won taw ka ken pye a che do a peer in form of suggestion lekin na ye tinga won ke dang ka ye bay with authority ku le yen a chen win ta yin a chen ke cha ken ku je yin diera lo ba ya ka tin so ken a chi pye
Daga
you know
kira kira na.
I
and
think I have a
huh?
response to that. You're
Apa
making a lot
guti
of assumptions.
Not assumption manja.
You're making assumptions of a difference between respect
ah
and fear. Yeah,
Okay.
put
pi
your voice let you, and they are very direct and vocal about what they want. Ayaka look get disrespect. That is not completely disrespect. Now, Boran get your idea to be a rational idea, and they want to be heard. Of course, I'll be impressed. A big well ping where because I know it's true. Kwang voice in that their voice can help them, can help your family. So yeah, Jaya timid and a keen voice, a keen bay in the alku, it's suggestion here be very careful. They maybe fear you because I think that power in power difference at all. That power dynamic a calm dun kana might be the role we play in your perspective of seeing the thing or your thing right? So I'm just gonna leave it out there. But I'm
Yeah.
Kenneth, so I don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
dia na.
Rafet. You know,
Ha. Baja ti
when you
betul
are
dia baja
well,
bir.
korba jam.
Ano question kama tin baja bir ya na.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, ini jam ting pi. So aja ku ini ku ri pi yi ja der jede. Ha. Okay, chana ba na ko mi di man jam mo gala la tinga di pi. Tien ya ni adi ja tinga ting kila sukulu ti pi. Jadi, aha. So
Eting nyirot, ting nyik ko kor.
aha. So you pay nyam le dia di pay aje ba che respect ka ko guru. You pay you kon det ka mu ko guru mu ta na wa ye. Kien okay chan ba ting ji pay. Ha? Aje yi ti aje jara su guru tu ba de ting mun. No ku un pi age ku pa ande no ku ye be pa ande. Pa no ku de lo e guru pi de ya de. Ku de ngai ting ji pi. Jadi so ye yin ja guru de. Ye ni ting ku yo ngai ni guru. Chan okay ko ba
Ting
nyu
yi
ku ya
ti
de.
kaka pyu sha bai.
Okay,
Below
ko
ya
ba
de,
nyu
we
ka
need
ting
this
Well,
one to
I'm not
do.
going to video share. It is interesting. Everyone needs to hear this perspective. Thank you.
Wake up, well, you know, okay, let me say,
Rafet.
uh, like man to work like ka ba kon ja lo ka I think problem ni ba ke face man ke jiru tia ran kini tia. Okay, ke ko ba kon ja de communicate ko jalo ni wo lu communicate len ran chi tia de or ran to we ba. Ja na la ben ku be ku el man. Tuan ay ko re mo ndio ku be ku el in kwer. Ako la ta ting le ni ke chi le ba de ken mo de ken yo chi wa ga lo. Ken da ro bi ke wer mo ndu pa ndu. Ka kon be lu ka so le pa ndu ne. Why? And I think yeah, good right. I think yeah, like I mo na pin pin che kden ye ting bene pira twe a chi ngai pin. So cái này a little bit okay point wait in the pa cha cha le ne be a wa ka cha ke le compare. So in per je le wo tin ji pi ye tingo ye de jira skuli. Ka ye tingo tin pi no ngin pi ga guru de. Aha.
Rafet in dokas in challenge. Yen jam a chip ya the red ku a piet bishia ku benang ko ga but in yeah. So yeah, you know,
Wow, lo ya lay ni mute quality hala dollar rel.
eh?
In love and all. It is interesting.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yen jing tong jing ada vocabularies gap. So jing na luel nyan chepye kaka ko abelwel formal education yen ka ye jing ye ko abelwel ran wen chi chulo so kule ran wen nang masters ran wen nang yi degree ran wen chi lo so kule ran wen nang galam akoy piang ken.
Yeah, a lot. I think they increase the
Ina good in pin ko kede chita full screen.
It's okay. Yeah, kaya ko
Akwala
abelwel
nyirti kene ke tia ka elwe ba ka ta full screen su ka lui. Jam ko.
Ini akin tik chung da kor bulo kan ergede na mirur pio the comment.
Na pet. You know, jieng tong jieng ada vocabularies gak. Na lwelen ke ran ken pi kaka ko bel wel ten. Eran wen ken lo so kule ja kuj gat ku ka kuj ngadi biha ke English a che tong jieng. Mama dia che pi man angit how to write ngadi kadang e chon tong jieng ku jala aye kuen ku ka ye gor. Lekin ayu ka consider ka ken pi vocabulary tong jieng ay en ka ai ke liu ye diar yi ka ben kaka yo ko gurut in which point so tik acha well when diar when can be I ben in form of suggestion tik ting che lo adom wo ke alo ke wo ke ay ke chu dom alo ay ke queen baja ben thread naneng you know especially to jayin budget duna ko baka ja validate ka way family anan ka wen be ke riatin whether kor wala chi kor chan ngude ataw when they chi bay ku ka ya lazim bil way ti chi loyen ki ya chol ba gratification du ba loy delay ar liu kana diar kan ku ka to kana ro 100% wa che non ya baya setene diar cuman billahi and you just delay your gratification ka ka bal wele ten ke be kedang be pol e daman kana ku be ngot ka you in future a man thing a wonnen kede to be honest ache non ba ka kedang aya kan wele ya
Tun
ka
kudu
ben
wabro be explain. Kaka ne jam kan yina nyir kan ka tia wadiar che tia wabro ja be explain jam.
na pen because yen tinga wen lo diar ka wen to kana ke arili big gratification big delay chama na ye ka kare ko le ko le yin ting dia abuku ka kore ko la I mean kal wele li lazim bu kore ko na wele na buku lo yin next month apia buku lo yin next month ku contribution da to adake lo inchi ni ne lo wona because I mean it must be in pet ku loy ngu e tinga wen che pi kana lekin tinga wen ken pi angi ke actual be gratification be delay che mana na le yen na neng north indian to kal wel baby yo ka wa cha the north yen mia na che run ko che lo ko wa lu upgrade to v8 nyan ken pi ya date lekin ting che pi kal wel yo ngu ala bu kana e kana liu nong aliu nong diar kana kana wa gift are lik brand betik be gratification de belwa delay so na bak ja ber man cha pire wer ka bak ngot
Acha
ka
pir
jaga
big time.
so in summary irane chola di yen different ka wen ya wel tinga wen ti lo su kule ku jala tinga wen ke lo su tinga wen ti lo su kule ku jala tinga wen ke lo ne ke chola su kule ba ja ben ke chola respect ku jala kadan ku jala riyo yen ke chol tonality yen ye nyot man loy mon du respect wala ci lui respect nan ba len bar that tonality ye normal de lekin nan ba bar de ye nyot de kana e different most of nyir ci pyoy tonality de ne ro gera ko ye ro la loy di nan cause ye pyoy
I
kere
feel quite
tonality
school. I'll tell you, I feel quite school. We're taught to debate. You want to be right. You want to win. So it comes
aywa
from there.
Adit palropin. Yen kene ke chala ko chati chok chotor wede ko buja kang tok. Yung kin we ropin. Just smile busu bului. We were la ten kwer tor ko do.
na fiat so
Adit
kaya
abu
chol
yung ko lu ko kimi alu smile chan busu bului.
tonality tonality yen bay yen ke griok adil lon wen yin were le balwel dola wen le beran la beran ka kan yin ku ka chi lu expect ku kene do to wa chalwel wen ye debate yen kene yen kadan lekin debate
No lun
apiet
ko kor wer adit e wer timrat. La twen
okay
la
okay
ten tor ko do wer adit e wer timrat lun ko kor kere. Loy chu ko
okay
kuch.
okay yen ma ke lwel et lobya ka kadan e chol ngo et lobya ga wer dena wen tonality yen ko chuke ne bahij in summary so na charul du chakwe jar even if na ye wer ti ne yen ko balwel ku ka chakwe jar nyal ka yen akor balo edi akor bangi ye wer kana ba ko abake ke ke chol en pire. So I think in chance adina di yana ke different ke chol ran chetie wala ran ken kedang ko jala ran ken tie kanam kwa ela ka ti jan lere ya kanga siom ko jala chatie wala kan tie. So anyway fursa ba
You're
ngot kay
single na ne randu session ka lo inbox.
yeah an single ko an contented an
But
chi yo
an girlfriend.
yeah an chi yo girlfriend ya to. So
Many men
Okay,
are
chắc tu quên
dealing with
chana nen
people.
cái ghét chăn nuôi wa ko tu nó cor ku bu lel to chana chu ku lu ku wan ka kin ku lel to ka le lum ka le ya ne yi kana.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, ku jala ko lucky luai kwai ko luai ke invite. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. No, if there is
Okay,
only
yeah,
one opportunity for married men, if you will don't make your Ghana no
mon chi
one
ti ka kor ku ra chi
achan
jel
we
ka ke kin ku ke ber.
and we
achan
only
we
have
chat
like
ya me
15 minutes to close the show. So it's very interesting. A movie learn to otherwise a whole of 5 hours.
yen par krane chol
Ai
matwar.
adi.
Luai
Matwara
invite.
be be lakini ba konan sa in kur chan yen wir cha ka le to no. Kula
Yeah.
show da tu ki ya ka le
Par
la.
matwar.
Matwara be ben ti chena le be ben. Pian ke ya na
Yeah.
ka
You
jama
can
no.
go on. You
Okay,
can go.
gwa chole jama no. Yen rande nga be ben wo kor mon chi ti ne ngen mo nya bela bol chi ti to pe ni ten yin bar nyal. Yin kur eker ne yin yir ti ke lwel ka assumption ken yin chala dutur yin mo anjeng yin ti ka ju ta siyo min da lai ne tan. But ti abu ko polin kin tik. Lekin ki jara loy ki. Yin chu wa kwen ko tarit ka lwel ye wo ki ye kriye ben jet pin lekin ki ro loy ki. Alwel nya ku lwel nyan pane jeng yen ye to in line yen ke ko riyo kwa che ka ngi jet pin. Ek de ay la loy in another way ben en ke de be ke just simple suggestion kwa chi jet pin. Lekin ke no wrong. You turn our table to the opposite. Ran chu pyo wu ko loy and how to budget. And a be idea. Chan why Louis plan. You know non plan na nen ko ba loy this year chama ni non timetable pa andu nen ko ba loy run kana. Yen ka ba loy at that time ku ka ba ka loy run dang ben kana. Wache kang lum in the middle of the way ku lo ku ke be ku lo la ka loy ke right now. Ikene wrong a chin nyan chu pyo ikede ngao nom ka che ke plan. Because yen ran wu ka loy e ka kaya ka plan so anyi bajende kwa anyi bajendo. But kriya number one kin run a successful home. It don't walk away near to pick you go core. A book bend into the table. You will kwa baka bay in much. We'll cha baka bay. And we sit on the table and we plan for our family. And number one. Who can you plan for the year we have to ship them? But Nigel bend inside in between it and in much. You work ya no problem can he? Na you on the table. Kuluka kakwa set for the year. Kuka kachu ke budget and you no because you know my income, all our family income we know. Kuka chu ke set. Kujela bena lo ku bar ku jeru yo ke tene keti in our authorities boys. The boys in the yilwel ne ru yu ku beyo. Yen keti you work jal nong that authoritative boys. Been working jal jam because you come and and destroy what was planned for the year. Kati but work watch it demanding, watch it authoritative. The lui working plan. But ran ku tien wu loiti. Yena non ke den chita yen ke ra ben ku jit pin ku lele. Enan kor kana chana chinge loy pande. But most of us watch it kang loy chana chinge loy pande. Why kang loy based on our pocket? Wuku ni ka loy ka yen ka yin in your plan loy based on your pocket. We don't do plan because I tell ku loy pande. I do plan because I can afford it with my money. We can afford it with my husband based on our income. In keti yen nyan to pay yen in kaka loy teneken. But nyan kutien wu lo she doesn't even know how much you make as a husband. Yen kalibla ku you have kwal kan ku loy pa ande ku like chirki. For example, level I look back while you could get 60,000. Kabi kulwel that family car of 60,000. That's what I want. It will be hard for you to explain it to her to understand. Banaya nyan to pick and ye can back afford. It can in the chata walk out wrong. Number 2, what ye ben ka warren, what in your kicho respect, ekoto tong ran ben tell you go cheer you, what in your because number 1, we fall in love. Kubakal we fall for somebody, a respect line I agitated and a check or explanation. But ite na yi wogru riyo ba na jala lwel ku lwel ba miet penye kin ya yana lwel ku lwel yine pull down kula ku jali put into the corner ku lwel being jala order to Shubini's husband ikene ka chuku allow na cha walk put into that corner of chauvinism ke yan keti yini ne yan keti yak jalo werur ke yak lwel ka so disrespectful but and then corner chin wata that is not sitting well with us itene ka yi wogla lu speak up tin but I can nyan win to move and then Kenya and Panajing actually speak up in that corner. Because I'm getting the generate when you will when I will well, this is what we want to fight. I will tell what they are. Walk or we need to fight ourselves first. We know they not to into that corner actually speak up because Naja. It's a neka yaka jalum where Kalala so disrespectful. You put us into that situation that is not good. Kene yene ke to e ka ke kar ba ke kar tukten ba ma tuar jal ber shan ko ju cha be jam ku en time de lo wer ne ma tuar ye lwel ken ma tuar cha ting ne be lu agree ken wo ke na den yen kana ne wer cha lwel wen pa chi ma tuar lwel kero mit ken wa nyir ka ke che nyar ku loy ki wo ka wo bi ala luyo achiran manen ba nyu ku ba 24 hours ba ke spend ken mendo. But can you walk alone one bukula luye based on situation? If my husband can provide for me and my children, abu school fees kamita abaka pay, all my children need will be fulfilled. Kaya ngudi la ko But right now, kawai Sudanese to pana kawaja there is a need le ben weglu with ya. Because one of families back home that need our financial support. It's not just 2 of us in the house. Can I have 2 of us in the house with my husband and my children? Kulel mondi blue 2 job. Okay, enough for me and my children. But if there is another people that need school fees, that need medication, that need food stuff back home, ikachi mondi kalu. Kuna abu moy bijala lu 3 days, 3 shift. Kala bulu nyu tutu ku babdong kan ya bar ku dong ka mu kan mit ke no city. Dong ya kan mondi ku mit ke ku mondi abu bulu intend to Tana lui 3 job. Kaya le instead for you by you in kata loy to. Why don't we just divided it? Bala toro loy kube kula toro loy and we look after our children. Because the time been doing kind of meeting but me locked in. Na bela bena la kan bear meet kwa blocked in. And we provide and we look after each other. Yen ke ku yukul wel ken. Ache yo kor kubu yala la toro loy even if our husband is spending good on us. But because of situation financially that we cannot afford everything. And I don't want to see my children lacking stuff. The better balaturuloi. Ikeneka yukulwelian keki walete loy, but I say because we want to work. No. But situation when you that you are capable of doing it. Kinchirandeng achieve push into that corner just because of core, but you have a in real being in a loy keneka yukulwe better bula lui than beara and to you have to loy. Who can I tell work kwa neglect you work in the table and we look for a job that is equivalent to all of us. They work there what they want to meet kwa ku work. Tanachara na tom la lui ka we kin kan you ba timetable ka te because ba it ne kan meet. Chara le mi ku log drop su kulej. Tichila te loy. So na lui morning shift. My husband has to take the afternoon shift or night shift. So that be me log drop. Somebody have to be gonna meet. So can you get well kunya? And I think which you can answer. Matuar no ejar.
Abu ben matuar yen nyinde aba yoga cham. So yeah, lon chien che yin jam tene ya yen ke ja kor tene da do ya di kat baya chol ga piang achan kanang point pie chan wel wo che lot loy because nyar ko loy but we chi nyin ya kwan walk a wonderful ken we yen ka kor ku ken kuna ye rod loy ya ka chin ki dit man ku yen ba ja ben to the point kere dia ka gratification yen ka wen acham ngot ka duot de chatin ya a chin family wen to ka ken kedang de ka chin budget kana family ko che pi e mas bu ken budget e ken real ku ke to but at some point priorities is support big except chatting chimane na lwe la anko ba go jer ya anko ba go hama maybe pen ber maya pen ber chu dom lekin anan ka wen to achile bu wak cha lu hama na lwe la lui ku suppress down ku yuka wan ku buku gratification yuka chor kwa mat ku buku ka wen to ka yen buku kadan ka na yen ti dihan man ka no ku lwe no ka na aloya ya ku inji lu agree with it ku kene yen ka ya ja lwela chi piet kwa ja lwel wene yen ti yen authority dun ja ben yen ke ye chol priorities ya ke accept ne kriye je bene most ke cha do ting nong diara wen ken kedang ken chepyoy ke ye ko loy che man nan decision che ben ka alwel ye fix chen budget na alwel budget be a fix alwel budget che support be a dynamic ke na chi piet so ache non jam kaya hash ku kene achi record non ran achan ba chen wona mon do pet ba je de klane ya pol ke dynamic so
Amo
nanen
ja
ke
yen mo
leadership
ti da mo ja confirm yen because
eh dai
so my query your work the pot for man what can you hear us now ja very
Yeah,
jam from perspective when you don't put it
wepianke wepianke yaga ping.
yes
You can.
absolutely
Okay.
impingo
Okay, thank you. And then on the issue of technical issue a little bit go ben
shukran are din cha ben
ben
ba
be. So I'm on my lunch break to my residence and I gotta go back in like 17 minutes. So I'm chipping a rate in the kwerku tene we nyira kai kwa and I have taken in a lot and trying to correlate everything kind of pedia kind of around to kind of the economy. And there's a lot of comments you could make that are not relevant. There's good one chika luil kawan relevant to Peter on in every community or every family. Like myself, I want my kid to do better than me. Okay, and I think the same goal in the Kuwin Toka TK. It's not about her. It's about us now. The Chinti Kikache about me. No, it's about us. Nachabe long meet is about kid can wake man we a group. So priorities when you get set, at all. And within our culture, even culture kawaja to a guanyi. Na itikene lui, kumweje chi lui, will not take a day kakina ping number. you know, let food joke aside. I take it in Louis. Como ya che Louis got a vibe, kule ben ba ala. Ka gor war to war chulo mo ngore to. Che war is you. E in mo je ke dere, it's nothing to do kind of war or yimbam je tok ban gana. Bob is you. But now mo yene Louis, he take it in like, okay, it's my responsibilities. But the culture there toward it, culture in toward it, man, a culture kawaja or a civilized culture, pira yakir. And I think the more in we kir, tika non katin bi, ku you don't katin bay, katada injil mortgage or rent, you go domnum, tika jil battle go ngade, you know. Ci ber be yiti like kadiana ngade pat kala kar or amber ko kene e ka tin won jel go ngade yena rat you know and combining income I think to where she can see and you can see okay go ni okay tokangide where are we anan koko one live paycheck to paycheck so you watch every single dollar later no you know. So no, when you can prioritize, okay, you can be encore like, you know, most of the they like to shop. Sometimes they want to buy it because it goes on sale because it's not she really need it, you know. Oh, you could town them pay 120. but now it's it's 100. So it will save me $20, but you don't really need it. A chikor. But at this point, that's where you prioritize things. Okay, you check them with the game, oh, okay, can I get diaper and all of that. This is where you get into it, you know. So talking about marriage is about making it work in a way when you're thinking it and tell we can prioritize this month. Okay, we can just give to my mother because of twine, or next month, or this month, or her mother twine Coca-Cola kilo panakim. Okay, we can prioritize giving to her. So there's a lot going on. Even culture there, toward then we expected to take care of family members. 'Cause when kiro live, it put a lot of burden and what Korea then go away family now. It feel like it's our responsibility to do that, but only white culture. It's just a white culture now. Korwarandu ko ni ke bibin wanna know when the now, you know. But us, it's a full responsibility. Oh, he man ngong yin, he man ngong yin, you can now. Yin gwang by all means. But I think don't be scared off to get married because they're
No, I think you were there when
No.
no anong ka chilwel when anong ka chikur lwel mana da ka yen tika daga le quarter loy
Yes. In
that
addition to that, I feel like gender equality should be thing when not to be to the table. Like yeah, think can be to the table quite a thing and gender equality got a ban in the house who are young equal. So
anong
what that gender equality mean on level?
anong gender equality the way there's two bill to it. Okay, anong kuwen loy tik or loy mo levi tik loy, but at some point tik a level like okay, there's that thing there. There's that thing there. Take it level like a guy could
We can do it, but to are you could alubuloy.
I think I did to kind of low on, but I can choke like the thing is.
But
We can do it better than you guys.
Yes, the Toposa. Toposa diar I like
Thank you for the update.
Now you know,
Toposa
but I
then
can
do
choke like they did not. It's not legit.
Okay, Luenda, what do you mean by nade walubu what you like? Just put it in words. Duku bela out and
You know, let's put it in words.
mission chi work like to work out kaka.
Let me just say, yeah, America 10, okay, Louis. Take I never pay even now in the US, take a would pay less than a man. Okay, we doing the same job one equal and on 25 cents more per an hour than her. Because now they got a ton on you 60 pound bayale a level to your kitchen dinner. Queen and a lakin. So there's that miscellaneous need of it. But in reality, you know, they are happy with the part. Happy with the part. Let's go back. TNT gonna Louis. Yeah, you're gonna be hearing a lot. But take a little bit of I for 10 years, get you Louis kumo, you're gonna Louis, we're gonna do creative venom. But you will never hear that thing. Okay, keeping to them what Queen Gangot Karinam at the end of the day. And it's okay. It's acceptable to chin that decision make manada kayana machine kinetic. Kanang kawan baka goom. Kana kawan biti ka diang gume adan yin. Kunyali tere ekoi whiny. So nacha vena air welo kawan loy kaloy rurke we loy the same dollars we loy ngadi, but there's that you still need a man to PDU by then at the end of the day to feel complete. Even roar too, you still need a woman by then to PDU to feel complete. But it when you were jala understanding in Kejala watch. And I would love my wife Kubului, but what Chanbagol, my PhD program is taking toll on me and a lot. She stayed home. And I think Tobai Kenemi is more work than actually lateral. Okay, tare la telway tare la bare computer tare kuloi ka wana ngade, but to buy kene mi the tare cha gwa nyi we parent ka wana gwa biyo na daman cha lu ku cha ta skule ku ta kene mi. I do a lot of run around. Kin in cherke biok so that work itself is more than when you loy to the loy or a time when you no to just bring in income. It's more work itself, and that should be considered a full-time job.
True.
Parenting. Nimbula ben
Mhm.
ba de nimbula ben to the loy and you chalk chinata ala clean comfortably. That should also be appreciated. That is more work, and it's equality. Family, they don't need like, okay, I know 100,000 now, think they want to do 100,000. No, that's not the equality, gender equality we're talking about. Gender equality is but yar ko yen freedom chana go ki wa kwanchen chan na ya 100 bay ko ka b 50, that is 150. Ka 150
True.
can tell that will tap in to see for children to go to college or to help sick family members or responsibilities kaka when chuk here or check upon. So one on leeway when where we can, valuable uh, lend a hand when we yaranda, not just focus on us, and also kakwa adik what you be dear, okay, na la lo loss kita de pege the teman ngot kan lui morgan dia lo handle ku car payment ato ku ngadi. So this other point about like, okay, na churiano watch ko wa rianda ngene when chi kurle. No, it's like let's say my first car like a yana ngadi yan pinyawi, the guy had in. So good thing like charkane dollar da ka jira lebran why.
A
Ti
good can you in my
ti
wide.
ti en char ti en char ka pro ma che ngo kor ngot ke di ya chi koro bio. So, and knowing at the time, like I prioritized other thing, like chimana tsukulu mi da kache. Che chimana kokawen kwan ke kache nana da ka kulela lo rian jidi about 10,000 wina da ka yen ngade to look good on me. I feel like, okay, my sibling will probably look better in the school than my car today. So it's about prioritizing things. When I just think about very you can tell her this is better. Like instead of buying a fancy car, let like go out. So we have a roof overhead and stuff. And then later on, I choose nong way the when chin walk thing that wiggle around or move things around. Okay, we can afford this car, and then it's neat. But now when you jump from plan A to plan B, then you don't need the fancy stuff.
Yeah, chan lui kadang do supplement ka tene. Yeah, yen
Well,
ke
yeah,
point
your
when
return advice, Jala Mare Chuk. So we all gonna do one round with last advice on what gender
We're back
equality
one
mean
too.
in our community.
We're
Okay.
back one out galloping on the background. I gotta get back inside.
Okay.
ki gamu wer duan akar, I guess.
So what is your last U-turn advice to our audience?
I think it's my second time watching your show, and I have seen some of the videos. I think my last advice is, you know, it's you guys are doing a lot of great work. Kaka anakala baga lom tene bipidi la wari. Anakala vira nekala lomba de bela we bipidi la wari. So the U-turn advice I have is watch the U-turn and learn from it. Take something away or just contribute to it. So we baga jawan and bijala pinko. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining and adding a married man perspective. And now, where you can go and say your last advice on gender equality, and then Alakir, no, then Lakir, and then Adish Boguja conclude with here.
Ayen ya in chale jaret ku yen ke ayen pin no ma yecheng ne ke chor wer chiran le yen ke yimuk ku yen ke yimol la ba yara na wen tau ke nen ke ba kwen koch in future. So in chale jaret ku wen chiran ben chale ran chirot gam koi die life ku jala koi che daman den sacrifice ku be ben ping ni show kana ya wedien chen akin yen pandu duni ta lui govern rule ka pandan pandu duna cha lui govern rule karandang tererin bai wana mondo kapiet ka wen cha lwel te la bia ka lon wen ya wo jam tin apiet bro chu tao to wen kore rotin ya mo jama ni le lu yela ting de ko ke ti chi pet yen ka cho ka diar kok le be mo le be ting dang le be mo de le be kem jama rol wen chi ka dang kane a chi pet ti la bia ka gender equality nong rur to bi ten ya a chin to wen da ka chen ting du kor ka kor o de ba trust ba biol nong ting du a pia da red ba ngai ting duon kana na le lui bi ka du evil thought du ka bi you know ye ngi ye ni ting kana a chi ka dang a chi bla kor anang ran anang ting tong chanan ka dang chanan jam den yar and when yen mon dia aya trust even if na te wood kana nyir ke mia anya ya chin ke chro lo yen ke chok de non wo ka kor buku that mindset buku fix ting du nanang ti chen no ti du ne teo ke du jam right du ne bay pi du yen ke chok etik mon du nanang ti chen la gaw ro ramya kura by the way ko kura bawo wana kwa gat yen ke pya dan kura bawo yetok ili biran we yang yen mo yen tv wan gut apia nanan gonte wala nanan kan lui ka discuss aka chin ka pie ta wen that kura chin yar dadu lekin na ta wana kwa ko ya ka we nang good fun chatting so nyai evil thought from both side nanan ka dun chakadang ka ye chu kadang ye ngi ran kana a chin ka da na wen man lastly nong diar che pie na cha pie ko chi kor baya ambassadorial woman akor banyin ti de ko ka pandu chan we chi ya one body ay bible ye lwele ye na ben mo ja jan pande ku jalan pande na I mean ku yen ke choga nya ku jikla lui cliff kaka ye one body therefore they are not two I one and no man can divide them so okay na rer wona mondu yengi koy ka panden ai koy ku yen ke choga mo ta ko ba yang ye dan koy ka pan yi nyana ai koy yindi ai koy ken chiro chi pa thodu be ya chieng chan yi ke ba ya lum kene pa thodi just chieng ka sip ya ka brothers and sisters kuna ya ka brothers and sisters ka chin ki di da wen lebe wek pet ko ka chin ki di da wen lebe wek ram wer chien rana ben nong diar apia da red bakur lona wen bi yen daman be yin mit ku be yin ke ya train wo you quit most of the time a chuku spend when a marko wo kin wo pir wo ko wen nang ka pia da wen le bu ko kwan ko ye ngu kana because our mothers actually sacrifice they ko work train diar anem good ngadi lon wen yake ko train anang diar tik na yog men da ban nyom nyina la kam da dil bila rer ano be chu rer tide ka chin ti tina ko ke ti ka ba mà lấy chồng hẹn cho là bài use bài cái cả mà min ethic so a piete na red na nang lon dun chayo dun la lui a good bajala ben yi ba yi ta da wan wala yi ta tiyo ko ko boko kem ya ma ka ja lui yin kwan ka na a chipet so we cha kek le ja red in cha le kwan philip chan bai dani ko ba ba ideas ki ba ka ngot ka luai ka share so yuta na niara ret ko ka niar ba do ja ping ko ka niara ya dan chin te ba ka kien ngai ke ba ke ya share wana ko ko na nang ran cha kwai la jang wala nang wer chira la queen so ka kana pala ya ai ka wen ya ke lari na will ke na le diar ka wer ka ba le some women you know so e wer chol some ka che ben yen ke cho ga rur na le rur a cha le rur ben anang rur ko ke diar ken pol be kala ga ta ka ka so yeah so wer na chapin ka chalwel diar wala rur ka wer ka ba mine sam diar ku jala sam rur shukran don nyali kana we
ayelwel din kanisa rano yit keping so that with that abalwel na nong yit ka in eping it means be open like perspective do is not all that is in the world, and there's so much you don't know. And starting off with that you don't know a lot of things, and be open to learning things every day, and that might change your life and might change your life around them. So acha you can chopping a really good idea. I really encourage you to follow, engage in comments, like, share with other people, and this is how change comes. E gol choko korten aneran chekadang tijun question tij in the comments. When you're pay, what are you doing to educate other women? We should not put all the responsibility on your pay and making other women to educate. You can find opportunities in your day-to-day life, in your family, to empower women. Different ways of empowerment. Allow them to make decisions for themselves. Yeah. Katwing dunya lui force into what you think they should be doing. Ye tiek, ye bro lui sacrifice a channel go koi kapanden where be. What about the woman? First thing first, let women exist kaya or near kaya complete human being that can make decisions that need to benefit them. Women do not have to live for other people all the time. And we've been taught to live for others for the longest time that it's not even easy to see yourself as human. What can I do for myself? And achilum ke a negative, elwel ke selfishness. Na ye tiken kiroja sacrifice, but no, bija lu suffer, kachin I value the cheating and the worth of cheating. So I would invite you, person, examine your philosophy, examine your values. What kind of things do you hold yourself up to? What kind of values in Kalu live up to? And where did they come from? Values can be bad, they can be good. Now, a patriarchy, it's not serving you as a man. Until you allow women to exist as human beings, you are not allowing yourself to exist as human being with your unique experience. Yin kukani your Paul big year without bigger view nurturers of the society and other things. You will not live as yourself as a woman and be open to your own experience without trying to subscribe to the patriarchy of, oh, Nayam, which I should live like this. So I'm saying women equality or gender equity, it's serving all of us. You just need to open your mindset, open up your values to be influenced by what it means by gender equality or gender equity. So personal individual change is what I will encourage. Now live in a dynamic relationship, family, society, it gets really complicated. But if you do the work within yourself and see the benefits in terms of your mental health, in terms of how you show up in the society, in terms of how you relate to others, then change abijalu you ripple out like that. Yeah, I don't know everything. I often reflect on decision yakalo and where that comes from. Like I shared earlier, that na karbala sukulich, why do I always try to think of other people? Are they going to accept it? Why don't I think of myself? Am I going to accept it if I don't take action? Kawin lebean kwan in the future. So abaja politan. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, dear, not this block, book yalo, what the are yalo,
Okay, by the way, topic that Ian, Gavana Madam P, Chile, Wakin Pinyelare. Okay, remark in Akribal Willow, what I'm going to say, like the summary of my points. And I didn't do a little about marriage and how people are doing their marriages because I'm really green, zero. So I didn't explain it. Okay. So like I'm going to talk and answer some of the questions that we asked before. So like how call well then. So I yara chi lwe ngan again kina wala kon bu kon ko wa nyira wa dia. So we en galon tan ngan kina. So yan ku chu gol wa nyira wa dia. Ka chin cool. O chin da mana ngem ko wa ja kon nang the respect or bu consider wa human na chu kon gam ru wa human. Ati. So kina chi ro Kulon you are why you man ever gonna goal for your life and for your future. I know a lot of the challenges you face in the community today. You need a value, but I think in Iran because you're Jenny in pure. So like you can atom to go book on go why quite world bunang plan for our future and for our life. So can I you con down him but you con gam. Kien kiru rabjara banana. Ke wajal kwa nyin pat, especially roach regami ka je lu bana kinu kon gama chini kunwo buru kon improve on ourselves there wa chi kula chi lwele ni and kien okay ba lwele no ndi oro kwa yo dia ta lwele ya na jara skuli en chini pi tin ko gi tin ke ga lu ke bin ke ro ko ni pi du che ba kri bana tiran kana ile ben ya wa ye tu ni mu ben ko je ga so like chima na ni ko no ga jire lo na no ngundu ko du ni rie chima ko du na no ngundu ka na ngundu ka inara no ngundu ga ta time bi ku du na yi ti ko no ku ya de in ku du chira yi ya la mi tara ni ya ni jar ni ma no bi ara ku ka mi lo ku du in chira ga irande even de ra re ki yi ne mo du le na ki de na ku la ba ku ni ne de ije no aje na ga yi ken ale be chira ti lo ku jel ba je ra lo ya kana chi be like ti wo dia roi lui tan wa kor buru kwan wa kor bu kwan tati wa kor buru ko kwan ya de wa che lu chan en a kor mo lu ya kor mo ben ge dan dar wa lu chan kwan so kana a kor bi dia bi ni ya de a jana jara school no bi lo yu ke yu wa ku kana be ma yi me de kare lu wa ma chen ke ya je le la kor nang lo ni lo de lon win mit ku ya pe ba ko ba nyin ka je ke bang ti like cái gì ấy lùi cái nhiều cả đấy cái lùi cái nhiều cả đó or something you have to specialize in so bien cái giờ lùi understand man ya chính mà đi vào cái bài lùi understand man như chừng đuôi cả đấy cái gì so bien a little bit là gạo chứ man có ai right thing I good because well ba lùi shift mình đuôi là lùi có được cái gì bên bên là lùi có hỏi là lùi có cái gì ai chính cái bài chứ balance so na giờ na có nông cái bên hoàn thành cái cái chỉ được ping pan cái điều pan thôi na ja dum bai I will do everything at home ale be wa bu yon ka bai lo loy e bi ni lo ti mi lo bu loy so ka cha ha tai mo ti ru ping ten ban so kuna ye won ko yo lo ti loy ben ti man africa no lo ti loy in the morning ben I think bro ja loy ka understand tan lo ni we ka pan dun ja loy ti ku ye understanding aya ti na ti man du ti gam ya de ba ke pie bu ko pan dun ba ko loy ona ti tin du ti gam ba cái pied ba kwen pandu ba lo yen ka yenan cái pied ya ku push ba na kiran to kenga ka chiran to chilo I think one point mari bad kin ko di wale tinare so another one is anak ni ka tin ga jam ya ten my husband can provide 100%. His money is our money, my money is my money. You get it very funny there. Okay, your money is your money. His money is your money. You get it right idea jamana. Get it like I don't know. You understand it. My jaja me a man will provide 100% that his money is yours. Yours I check it. Like how do you really understand that and how do you think he's going to see you as someone who is in his life or someone who is in her like her life man I am with jamia like ye commitment de ku ye ku anyi de yin ibera da do not even do anything to push you can be ku can good wa ila be ka rodu ku kida ga so katia like in the mindset ya lo wa dia kana ko ku punya his is yours is his so chima na chilu ko pandun nga jo da no ta yin ko panden you guys are together jin like jin kin jam ne tala wu re ga mine I will okay jin kun kon ga you money because I hear in for a specific purpose ko right kula ga mo school fee jin extra me cholo yin bar kun jalo chindu ana extra ko jin yin ku ran like it is like when you are ilura di bali that because yung jam okay kiti na if I inya wa you think life understand man jam mo ka jin yin jam e good together ran okay 100% man mun dua lui queen kor winde yen bran ko kun pan ku dua ko yung jale hundu so kiti one of the point in to in men nya wa men ti ten kini ra nyo da in che ra ne da like you don't consider yourself human being yung so kiti one of the point ko ku ko nya won him kan that he should provide all because I'm okay, now we provide Iran to be a good Taomi Kumbai could understandable, right? But now we but in what in got today. Question couldn't dear. I don't know you're a lady. So a chimato learn ya Lydia kai I got jam quite loy. So could it be a loy and ya era loy? I think kwaya date can ya culture and general behnya chatting. What you can behnya who has to provide everything. Which of a creation of a way. And I book bear betting opposite. Aha, your mind has to. Ale ba ingal kala gunyu because in pay when and again my come create provide. So and you are the one doing it. So you realize that you may going all get but I think with time globally and dating and yeah work we can do like the way they do actually hereby. No change hereby which you will yen go bell lumia kului. And I think it will take time and the mind for us to understand and again actually like much we provide ku the same way we provide ku take and ku no ku ja lui manage okay ka libro lui de ro ka ba lui de like chima to lui ne that new generation to what new generation ne ba ki but then I think a chen new thing because by the ki ro by the ki mana on there chima ne che la proven aha kula tira jar butet kulu mai lu po lu chwar ko kiti ye ke de ro mo jale blo ule ho mai kulu non ter kulu tik lu pur na ye ting ba pur kiti e ba ke so che mo che kan ne to kitira ja lo ya ja ni man e pi ka ra ja ship to madina ku yana kin ko ga ja de na to ku madina ga pan madina bu kan be te de mana war te ta ba pan je yeni ba yeni rom e ni ga tingi chero ge ana chika ben madina chino ber ka be mai so ko to madina chino ber ka be mai ku ti achina chi be pur yes chinda gwa be ta una to ti chin pi be ka gim ti me chin ngo ka ja rir ba ku je mo jara til wai class kwa ka jara dum ro chin da tin kwa chin achin balance ti pig be lo ma non tere jaron tere aga tinga ga lu ina kwa ti mi lo ku mo yes balancing it kene chai tinga piti di kelwala abai ke ro kri bena ke ra chai tinga piti di to maji e pi ko ro ge ru la madina ku lo bene ja ker madina kwana ja tinga ker madina je bagla ti lo ben ku lu ke bene okay na kor mi ku ja go ri ba for that time kin chi ba with the mindset ti ga chi ku lu with the mindset mi kwa kor ala mi ku di ra ti lo ha kiti ato so na no ru diar gan pelwe kerur kai ti mis time they have plan nan gen kiti ara so ayen kiti so summary point ba kalwele bu kon ga mo diar eh why ko and we have to also work for ourselves we should have goal for ourselves work why lui ta chi mun du chia down ko pandu na ko help ko support ko chi mun du chi lu no kadam no na no ko pandu you know in this world things happen anytime things happen that can make one person not to support you the whole family and I think na ira ni will depend no ngene ku no kriya kipi do na riak but I don't really balance kipira doing so my main focus no wa enyi ro we diar bu ko lu focus on our life kubuya ni pira wala ko na kida dan no ro so những cái point mà really and to the U-turn people, yeah, even me, I've been following it and I was happy. That's why I joined to be one of the members. So I think it is one of the important platform. And even I think có the thing that won't be Iran, think a little bujam, being added with which and we need to grow, right? Personally, academically, everywhere in this life, yeah. So I'm okay there.
Thank you. Yara, like, yo, you turn at the value well. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, any jam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, chin kidi bu bel wel to. Ran ben e kriye ben a chel wel. Lekin ai we ko bala dai video. Ko ko cha dai video. Message then today I check it about equality. Ku equality yugu wel. I say equality la lwela ka lwel ti ka ba gwa ya che yen. Ku kor ku bu ku lwel yugu lwel e chan baka. Baka nyi na deng yen. Ti ku yin wetung ni. Mit kun chakadi ba window ku nyandu. To be wa loyin alibinya loyin more than that. The same to tingdu. Tingdu is very important. A part of you. Chaka Bible ka Bible wel ku wel tingdu. Elomdu. So karan part of you. Ayen weg luitok. Yen ke equality wel ku. Na then yen you don't need to undermine your wife. Chaneti. Ayika waja aye wel ku wel gal behind a successful man there is a strong woman. A strong woman to ye ko a strong woman Johnson. A strong woman. Hey, star woman, ni chaka piat. And I knew you could be family future plans or family plans be care loy kana monde. It came when their device could be capiat be ka loy rot kana meet ken ko family skin. Yen ke equality lwer ku tonight. So can yen ke mesen tin ba larbi? Nyandu ku windu atung ni. Ting do a part of you. You need to work together. Yen ke equality lwer ku so and antitu. Nelly gonna wait.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, go and make the U-turn today and give my last U-turn message too. Kachaga ping then to know kujaka chika got a comment. Kujaka chaka ping to the when you have not been paying attention. I think I just summarize. Gender equality should start with self, should start with family, should start with community, vijala country, vijala to the whole world. So go and be equal. And thank you, wonderful panel. I thought it was going to be like 1 hour, and we missed our invited guests for some technical issues. And now we had so many guests that make it very interesting for 2 hours. So please share the message. And our next U-turn show is in 2 weeks' time.
By tem to ka kwalda.
Yes.
Aneng ngade alakir my apologies tana chale kin won kulwel we dun pal wer wen chale kin kulwel pal wen yine lwel kulwel ke debate kan kriya ne lwel pala che cha in gurur kwa che ra wedu because ade kale use a kor bi kur use again is work tana lwel en ke la pe wo ku sukul nyira pe ne ke lo sukul en ke ku ni ana lwel lo chu ku ine ke reason ya ne gurur so my apologies for that na kar ni ar ba der ke reason lo yin tan
No,
chibula use again is us so yen
I
ka
can't Japan. I know my jata and that.
Completely fine.
A kid man, I know where I jata.
Yeah, so it's completely fine. I think we're trying to build each other up and move forward together. So I let debate with me. I'm sure I'm been an ego, and ego comes sometimes. So it's true. Debate a pure college Tierra and Jala used it in their life is completely different. And I try to stay away from marriage folk business because I'm not married and I don't know what the dynamic is. So disregard that.
And Kura Changi Jalatano was not been thinking about it. And so thank you so much, Kura, for bringing, like, my major takeaway is that they are ambassador women. So when Jalaping, where you turn audience, I think get you for today, it's a loaded topic. So we will dissect with second round. And thank you so much, everyone. Share the word, like our page and follow our page. What on YouTube too, you can go and subscribe to get instant update. And stay tuned for the next conversation on October 19th, 2 weeks from now. And thank you, our team in the chat. Lisa Deet, you have been doing very well at Doy. And our top fan, Betty Gatem, who will bring you on sometime. Thank you for always cheering us on and contribute to the discussion. We must all encourage our community to make a U-turn. And so, Ranun, well, the U-turn is a U-turn. Career hundo community akur bugal go U-turn back to the good things. And so now they can way to work jack on the ring the bank.
I mean.
Whatever.